Greetings and salutations once again. Welcome back to Somnus is Bad. This is your host, Somnus. You may remember back when I did my introductory video, I told you that you weren't going to see too many epic battles on this channel because I'm just really not that good. Well, this particular video is kind of an exception to that rule. I just couldn't resist putting it up because I was so happy with the outcome. I'm playing the M18 Hellcat on Murovanka. The Hellcat, of course, is a very popular tank destroyer, a very effective one that has received quite a number of nerfs over the years since it first came out. Many of these nerfs have affected the mobility of the tank, so it's not quite the speed demon that it used to be. It's particularly difficult to get it going in reverse, and of course it does not turn as well as it used to. The M18 also has paper-thin armor, so it's not a good idea to get yourself in positions where you can get shot. Anyway, I'm moving up here, up the one line. There's usually some fairly intense fighting here. The very first thing I see is Lee. This is almost, I feel kind of sorry for him to get hit with this one coming out of the gate. Just 2 shots and he's done. We have some more serious threats over here to the right. We have the ARL-44. I want to hit that in the soft turret, so that's the shot that I took there. Its front glasses on the hull is very tough, but it's one of the softest turrets in the tier, so it's usually a good idea to hit it there. So after a brief flurry of gunfire right there at the outset, things are going to settle down just a little bit here, and I decided to move because I've been in one place for too long. As you can see, artillery felt the same way. They took a pop at me. So I'm going to kind of move back a little bit here and try to re-engage from a new position. There's going to be a few seconds here jockeying around a bit here, trying to get shots while the enemies move up. They're being very aggressive on the side here. Meanwhile, not much seems to actually be happening very actively in the east, and the game is kind of tied up. There we go. I'm able to get another shot, and now this time on their Jackson, which is the tier 6 TD, also American TD. Same tier as the Hellcat, just going up a different line. So there are 2 lines of American tank destroyers. I am up to the tier 10 and only up to the tier 8 on the non-turreted line. So I have the T110E4, although I've never actually played it. At this point I realize that they've got a Comet making a run at our artillery, having slipped around the eastern side of the hill. So I come back and remove him from the game. You see the SARL, that's the new French medium, trying to come up and support him, so we take him out as well. Now at this point I realize that I'm the furthest forward, and they still have, enemy tanks still have 3 tanks coming down the corridor, so I want to back up. As a tank destroyer, especially with little to no armor, I do not want to be on the front lines. Also, I realize that they're kind of backing us into the corner here, so I take a turn to head a little to the east, because there's only so far I can retreat in this direction, and this will give me a few options for moving around and taking advantage of the Hellcat's mobility. All 3 of these enemy tanks are making an aggressive push forward, trying to back us into the corner and take us out. As you can see, they've taken care of our SU-100, but I popped the ARL. And then the PZ-4H also tries to make a quick run, and I'm able to get him. At this point, I have no line of sight. Okay. I don't want to hang around in one place for too long, just in case I have been spotted. I don't have a sixth sense on this tank, so I can never be sure. So I'm going to kind of clear out to try to not be in the line when they start coming down. So, get myself in a position of decent concealment. There's that Jackson. So we take him out. Lost sight of the SU-100, so once again repositioning. That's kind of what you want to do with the Hellcat, is never stay in the same position. Take advantage of its mobility. That gets me off to the side. And the SU-100 is gone. That pretty much wraps up this entire flank. As you can see, my team has taken the east as well. So we were hard pressed on this side, but I was able to preserve one of our artillery, and of course I'm still alive, and they only have the KV-1S left and 2 artillery, so I figure it's a good time to get up and support the push coming from the east. I spot their artillery here. At this point, their KV-1S pops up on the map, so I take a quick glance back to make sure that he doesn't have line of sight to me. Our artillery takes out theirs, so now I'm going to go do what I can against their KV-1S. Now, the Hellcat has a little bit of a troll mantlet, so you probably noticed that I'm doing a lot of fighting over the tops of ridges and hills here. It's because the one and only part of the tank that can bounce anything is the mantlet. Coming on the KV-1S, track him. I was aiming for his engine. I'm not sure if I did any damage to that, but at this point in the game, I have the hit points to spare to come up and take the hit and remove him from the game, leaving only their last artillery. Now, because I know that my team swept in from the eastern corner over there, I figure the artillery has to be over in this direction somewhere, and that intuition is going to pay off here in just a second. Yep, there he is. So I don't want to come straight at him because I don't want to end up eating an artillery shell. I'll pop over the ridge here. I kind of donk this first shot. But then the second shot will come true. And there we go. End of the game. 9 kills. This is an extraordinary game for me. You do not expect to see that kind of a performance very often. And you can see here that was an ace tanker badge. But the fire for effect, I did well more than my own hit points. Radley Walters medal. That's a very rare achievement for me. High caliber and Top Gun. So when we go to the details, you can see I did over 3,000 hit points there. I want to put out this Hammerhead character. He did not do especially well, but I just wanted to kind of give him a little bit of a shout out because he contacted me after the match was over to compliment my play, so there is some good news. I hope you enjoyed that.